Hello everyone, this is Austin from Raw Bliss. Today I wanted to talk about a little story from my past, from high school. And freshman year of high school, I did a lot of experimenting with drugs, and I have a few stories that I can share about that time. But I was this lonely, fat kid, gamer who would just sit in my room all day and play video games. That's what I love to do, and smoke weed. And then once I became in high school, I met other people who were also gamers, and that was cool. But then I also met some people who were into drugs and the rave scene, the party scene, and we would go to raves and stuff. And yeah, I have some stories about that. But it was about when I smoked weed in school. Such a smart idea, right? So smart. And yeah, so I remember actually, it was second period, school was just getting started, the second period of the day. We had 6 periods. And I left class for some reason. I'm like, oh, can I go use the bathroom or something? And I brought all my stuff with me. I was gonna skip class. Such a bad kid. And I remember going into the bathroom, and that day I had just bought this new glass pipe. Oh, it was so cool. It was hand blown. It had this octopus on the end. It was all multicolored and wavy and really cool looking. I spent $40 on it or something. I don't know how I got that. How did I get $40? I think I got $10 in allowance every week or something. And yeah, I had. Anyways, I took out the pipe, and I was I saw there's a vent in the bathroom, and I was oh, the fan, that'll help me so it won't smell in here. So I stood on the toilet and it's smoking with this incredibly smelly really good quality weed. I was just standing on the toilet, and I was I had I think I had 3 grams on me, a lot, 3 or 4 grams, which for a kid that's a lot. And obviously the school was a drug-free zone, but I was smoking, and then I blew it into the vent, the vent was on. It was so yeah, then I smoked 1 bowl, a whole bowl, and then I blew it into the vent, and then I put it away, I put everything away. I had this deodorant stick, and I would take the soap off the deodorant stick, and then I put my weed and my pipe inside the deodorant stick. And then that way it's smell proof. It's all you smell is the deodorant. And it actually works pretty good, especially because it was inside a plastic bag underneath the deodorant. Anyways, I thought I got away with it, so I was okay, I'm good. I go to 3rd period, 4th period, then I have lunch, and then at lunch, everybody's you smell that? You smell that? The whole school smelled like weed. The entire school. So that vent I blew up into was the main vent for the school. I thought it was just a fan. I was oh, it'd just blow away. Literally the whole school starts smelling like it. Oh my God, just smell it. And then I see everybody's talking about it, and then the teachers are talking about it, the school cop, and I'm just I am so freaking paranoid. My eyes are bugging out. I'm super high at school. Probably smoked a gram at that point, because I smoked before school, and then in the bathroom again. Of course I was high when I had the idea to smoke in the bathroom. But anyways, I made it through 4th period, made it through lunch, and I was debating just leaving at lunch, leaving school, skipping school. And that might have been a good idea at the time, because anyways, I went fifth period, and then I made it to sixth period. I'm like, okay, I'm in the clear. I'm good. And it wasn't the principal, like the vice principal or someone like that. He walks into my sixth period. He's like, Austin, come here. I was like, oh, shit. Tried to keep my cool. I'm like, okay. And I go in there. And then he shows me like the camera footage. He's like, is that you? Walking out of the bathroom. And then I walked into the other bathroom because I was skipping my second period. I'm like, yep, that's me. And he's like, why are you going into the multiple bathrooms? And I'm like, oh, I was skipping class. And I was just like being real. I was like being honest. I was like, yeah, I was skipping class. He's like, and what were you doing in the bathroom for like 10 minutes or something, however long I was in there? And he's like, we have a teacher that is across the hall from the bathroom, and she says that it smelled like weed. He's like, was that you? I was like, yeah, it was me. I was like the worst liar ever. Yeah, it was me. And then he has like the cops search me, and they don't find any of the weed because it's in the deodorant stick. But I had a bottle of beer. Oh my god. So stupid. A bottle of beer. And that's what they got me on. And, oh no, they did find the pipe too, because the pipe was actually out of the deodorant stick. It was just the weed that was in the deodorant stick. So they didn't find the weed itself, but they found the pipe with like the ash in it. So that's like paraphernalia or whatever. And then they found the beer, which, it's like, oh, why do you have beer in here? And I was like, oh, I was going to sell it to a friend. And that was probably even more stupid than if I would have just said, oh, it's mine, I was going to drink it. Even though it's like, obviously I'm not 18, I'm like 14 at this point. 14, 15 as a freshman. I'm probably 14. And I should have just been like, oh yeah, I'm just going to drink it. But I was like, oh no, I'm going to sell it to a friend. So that's like a minor with intent to sell or something. So the cop like handcuffed me and like threw me in the back of the squad car. This school cop sucked. He was so mean. And he'd be like on the phone with his like cop buddies or something, and he'd just be cursing, like just yelling so many obscenities into the phone. Like, I've never heard anybody like cuss so much. And this guy was like, oh yeah, I got a kid smoking pot in the bathroom. He's like, blah, blah, blah. You know, but he's just doing his job, I guess. But yeah, then I went to the jail, and they put me in a holding cell with like my ankle like cuffed to the bed, and I'm just like crying at this point. I'm like so crying. And then the cop like took my deodorant that was there, and he put it like in a box of my belongings and stuff with like my phone and stuff. And yeah, he took that, and I was like, oh, I hope they don't find that in there, because that'd make it even worse. And then they call my mom or whatever, and I don't know if she was at work. Yeah, I think they were waiting for her to get off work or something. And then like she comes and gets me. So I was like in the holding cell just for like an hour, just like sitting there, like high, like crazy high, like super paranoid at this point. I've got my ankle cuffed. It like hurts my ankle. I'm just like sitting there. Wonder what my mom's gonna do. I was freaking out. I was like, oh my gosh, she's gonna kill me. She's gonna kill me. And then, yeah, she comes and picks me up, and I'm just like crying. Like, I'm so sorry, Mom. I'm so sorry. And she's like, I just wish you wouldn't have done it at school. It's like, yeah. You know, obviously, she probably, you know, she knew, I'm sure, that I smoked at that point. And yeah, she's just like, I just wish you wouldn't have done it in school. But she was pretty cool about it. Even though I got expelled, technically I got expelled. And oh yeah, and when I left, the cop gave me back my deodorant, and I like tried not to crack a smile. The guy he's like, oh, here's your deodorant back. There was like 3 grams of weed in there, and I was like oh, thank you, officer, thank you. Real sly, real sneaky. So yeah, that. But I lost like this beautiful like pipe with the octopus on it. It was so cool. It was yeah, so I got expelled actually from school. And this was during like the SATs or something. There was like a, you know, the big test, standardized testing. And I was like, they're like, oh, you can take it to court and appeal it, and they can reduce your sentence to a suspension, like a 2-week suspension. I'm like, okay, I'll do that. So I went to the court. I forgot what I said exactly, but pretty much just like, I really want to go back to school. I'm so sorry what I did. And, you know, I'm completely responsible for my actions. And they were like, okay, obviously he cares about his school. He wants to go back. So I got a 2-week suspension. I still missed like half of the SATs. So like, I had to like retake them next year or something, or go to summer school, something like that. I ended up staying in high school like an extra semester longer, so I was like a super senior. That was the cool thing at the time. Like if you got held back, oh, you're cool, man, super senior. They're like, anyways, that's pretty much the story. I don't know if you guys can relate or if you thought that was interesting, but I thought it was worth sharing. It could be kind of entertaining to some people, I'm sure. And yeah, I definitely learned my lesson. I didn't do it in school anymore. I did some other things in school that were worse, I'd say, even worse. But yeah, let me know if you guys like these stories. I got some other ones that I could share. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and subscribe for more. I'm sweating like a freaking pig here because it is so hot here in Vietnam. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace and love.